I don't know. I just felt led to go live. I don't even know. I don't even know what to read because I was debating between two different type of readings or topics, and I'm just like kind of barfing at some of the options because I'm like, I don't know. Like some people might be just cool with the love reads, and some people is just like it's just too much. But I have to go with what I'm divinely being guided to do. So I don't know. Some of y'all probably ain't even up, honestly, because it's 9 over here. It's 9:54 p.m. here. So for some of you, it's like different time zones and places around the world that you guys reside at this time where I'm recording. So um, I was kind of debating between doing one of these options. I know I'm definitely not going to do tonight because it's just too much energy. But I was going to do like a hey sis, hey Dara, how you doing sis? Where you been hiding? But I was debating between like a future spouse update read, um, and I was gonna split it between like an update for feminine energies and then an update for masculine energies. And then the other option, the other reading option that I was going to do, hey, hey sis, how are you? I was going to do a love vibes reading. Hey, Benita, long time no speak. How are you? So yeah, it was like a debate between like all signs. Like I was gonna just do a rundown of all the zodiac signs with a timestamp and do like a love vibes read for them. So that is what I'm kind of debating between whether or not, um, yeah. But I don't feel led to do one now, the other later. Yeah, I'm gonna do all of them, but the one that I was really debating tonight because of how much energy it's gonna take, I already know it's gonna take a lot of energy to do this, is the all zodiac signs, like giving them each a timestamp and then reading for them in the live. I would be here for probably like hours. So it's either that versus doing the future spouse update reading, which I was gonna like split it and do it like an update for those who are interested in what's going on with their masculine future spouse energy, like what's up with that. And then those, I don't want to just make it always about what women want. But so yeah. So I was kind of debating between that. So to make a long story short, you guys, I'm like, we could do the future spouse update reading, but I'm trying to figure out a way to do it where I can. I'm gonna be clever. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it like this. I'll do like a group of one. So like group one and then group two, and within group one and group two, there will be for those who are feminine seeking an update about their future spouse masculine. And then within group one, there will also be another section of those who are masculine energies interested in the update of their future spouse. That's a feminine energy. And then group two, same thing. So kind of split it in that way, if that makes sense. So I think I'm gonna do it like that. Cause Lord Jesus, I'm just like, I knew I wanted to come on here and do a reading, and I was just debating between those two. So um I'll do it like that. I think I'll do that. So group one, I don't know. What should your option be? Let's see. Pick a card. Pick a card time. All right, let's see. I'm going to use the Price of Love Oracle as your option to choose your decks. I'm going to just shuffle live on camera so you guys can see it. Um, let's see. And then group two. I'm like a whirlwind of mess sometimes and chaos and confusion. Okay, so let's shuffle live in effect on camera because I just got too much going on. So what's the timestamp? 5:21. Okay, so we're gonna shuffle and see what's your deciding factor card. So let's see, group 1, for those who are seeking updates about their masculine future spouse. What is their card? Holy Spirit, angels, our ancestors who lovingly guide us collectively. Okay. So I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's got a puzzle. Little puzzles there. Okay, group 1 who's seeking an update on their feminine. Ooh, that card came out like fast. The robot card came out. So that's the options for group 1. Group 2, for those seeking an update on a masculine future spouse. What is their deciding factor card? Synchronicity. Ooh, I feel crazy energy coming from like those seeking updates on their future spouse of a woman, so, or feminine energy. So for those of you seeking future spouse updates on feminine energy, this is triggered, is your deciding factor. So I'll read them again. So for group 1, for those of you seeking an update on a future spouse masculine energy, you have this puzzle card. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Matter of fact, let me look it up because that might help. Let me see. 𝑠𝑎𝑢𝑑𝑎𝑑𝒢. A feeling of longing, a melancholy, nostalgic that is supposedly characteristic of the Portuguese or Brazilian temperament. Interesting. Guess it's Sades. And then for those in group 1 seeking an update on a feminine future spouse energy, you have robotic. Group 2, those seeking an update about a masculine future spouse, you have synchronicity. And lastly, in group 2, for those of you seeking a future spouse update about a feminine energy, you have triggered. So those are the options. Okay. I'll give you guys a moment to kind of marinate on it and see if any of that makes any bit of sense for you. And then we'll go ahead and start the reading. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and get this thing started. Okay, let's move the cards around and shifty. So we're gonna start off with the feminine energy, seeking about a masculine future spouse energy. You don't have to know who your future spouse is, obviously. It's just an energy update of what's going on with them and anything else Spirit wants you to know. So it doesn't have to be about, somebody, and, most of us don't really know, who our future spouse is. We might have an idea, but it's always good to just leave it open to Spirit and what, our divine team wants us to know. So that's how we're going to play it. So this could be an energy that you are familiar with. Some of you literally maybe have an inkling who your future spouse is. Okay, so I'm speaking to feminine energies at this point. We'll do the masculine energies next. But for right now, I feel like for those of you seeking an update about your masculine future spouse energy, you could have, some of you may even have like 3 different people that you could have in mind, or you're not sure about, rather. And there's something about this that's a little complicated, hard to explain, hard to describe, whether it's your feelings. You could be torn between lovers for some of you. I feel like you have deeper, like a deeper connection. Um, and then there's one or energy, if it's like, if this applies to those of you that are kind of like conflicted with who your person could be, I feel like there's like passionate connections just based off of like physical attraction or just like common, just kind of common relation or just basic compatibility. It's not really much depth to it, or it's like a connection that either looks good on paper or just makes more sense, versus like maybe a connection that is a bit more spiritual based, a bit more like you can't really filter it and put it in a category. It's kind of like an enigma, I guess you can say. So let's get a update on your future spouse. I'm going to use this Love Oracle deck by Simply Mystic. I don't know who that is, but hey, romantic feelings, falling in love, affection, happiness, emotions. So this is someone that either you already have romantic feelings for them, and or they could have romantic feelings for you already as well. Maybe it's because you guys are already in a relationship, but that's not going to be for everybody. Holy Spirit, please give me an update on player. Wow. Okay. Charming, manipulative, karmic, being tested. So yeah, there's someone in your midst that does look good on paper. This person right now, let me see before I say that. Secret crush, liquid courage. You guys might want to watch one of my videos I did recently, because this could be kind of playing into that energy too. I don't remember the title of it. It's like confirmations of love offers and something of such. So bravery, the liquid courage card says bravery, confidence, intoxicated, odd behavior. The secret admirer card says admirer, attraction, suitor, and butterflies. So there's definitely some feelings and energy exchange between you and your future spouse already, I feel. So you may know who this person is already. You may already know. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like this person is really attractive, charming. This person's not attached to anybody right now as far as like serious commitment goes. For some of you, like, I don't see that. And if they are, unfortunately, this person may not be a faithful partner to whoever they're committed, they're committed to. But the home card, comfort, safety, belonging, and shelter. This person could feel like home to you. You could feel like home to them. This is somebody that I feel is very much in the social, like dating. They're in the social setting. I get with the party card. Celebration, event, public, social, and gathering. So social media as well. So this person could like post themselves at a lot of parties or outings or something like that. Or yeah, ghosted, disappearing, silence, ignored, rejected. Yeah, I do get this energy from this person right now. Like, if for those of you that don't know who your future spouse is at all, and you're just kind of seeking guidance and seeing what they're up to and the energy or what spirit wants you to know, your person could be kind of playing the field. And I do get that your person is not investing in anyone seriously. It kind of looks like this person is just into a lot of thrill right now. Not anything serious, not anything that demands deeper connection. So this could be someone that you already have a crush on, like I said, or this person could have a crush on you. There could be romantic feelings, but for others, it's just like you may not know who this person is. And what I feel like what they're doing right now is they may be a little bit kind of like in a toxic masculinity right now. This is someone that you know. There is some type of connection to social gatherings and settings. Could be social media. This person could live like in feel like a older neighborhood. So like the houses all have different character. They don't look like those cookie cutter homes that all look alike. It's kind of like their home could look, I feel like they live in an older house. So like if you ever been to LA, and in some of those neighborhoods, like those older neighborhoods that you see, they all have like a different type of house. I get that. Like it has its own character. Let's see. This card I'm about to use, I'm using this, it's like a Venus, the goddess Venus inspired deck. It has a lot of nudity in it, so I might not be able to show you some of these cards. Just giving you a heads up. Let's see. What's the energy surrounding Group 1's masculine future spouse? We've got a lot of cards trying to come out. One of them came out sideways. You have the Queen of Cups. It says empathy, psychic ability, virtue, wisdom, gullibility, dependency. This card came out sideways. There's a little bit of some cheeks hanging out. The 10 of Cups with communion, true love, harmony, lasting happiness, opposition. In reverse is the 10 of Wands. Okay. Some of you guys could be tired at the moment when it comes to love, kind of fed up, not really excited. With the 9 of Swords here, says anxiety, despair, worry, pressure, guilt, depression, and hopelessness. The 9 of Cups, contentment, wishes fulfilled, joy, pleasure in the little things. The Star, happiness, success, what is that? Rewards, prosperity, and glory. Okay, so some of you guys, it's like, do I keep my faith? Do I keep my hope? Yeah, the Moon card with the King of Cups, because there's confusion around your mate. You notice how the Queen of Cups came out, and I have to cover this card because there's titties and vaginal areas being shown. So the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups over here. So the fact that the King of Cups came out with the Moon, I do feel like someone is kind of confused. So the Moon card says illusion, delusion, fantasy, secrets, fear, betrayal, secrets revealed, awareness, addiction, confusion. The King of Cups, it says emotional maturity, caretaker, caring, open-minded, generosity, liberal, narcissism, sleaziness, and apathy. Those are the lower vibrational meanings. And then you have the 4 of Pentacles, which says power, stability, satisfaction, guarding one's possessions, a miser, money troubles, tightening one's belt. You're not giving of yourself. It's like you're very skeptical right now when it comes to love. There could be someone that you're looking at, you have some type of crush for, but you do know that this person may not be ready for love. And I kind of feel guided to say, don't completely X this person out right now if you're not romantically involved. If it's just like someone that you are connected to, you're associate to, but you guys are not dating, you're not taking anything too far romantically, there's no, like, this person is not stringing you along romantically. I'm not getting that it's necessarily like this person's playing you, because you're not together. This person's not, you know, investing their time in dating you, getting to know you like that. It could just be someone that you see in passing or that you are associates with, but there's no pursuing in a way that would imply that they're trying to play games with you. Does that make sense? It's kind of like this person keeps you at an arm's length. There may be an attraction, but there's no boundaries being crossed with you. So I can't say that this person is a bad person or that you should completely X them out, because this is about who your future spouse is. And I feel like, to be honest, whoever your future spouse is, if you're asking about a masculine energy that is, or you're interested in men, I feel like this person is not really in the place right now for love. And because you haven't really gotten that confirmation or clarity about who your person is, some of you guys may not even know that it's them, because you're kind of looking at this person like, oh, you're just a player, you're just, you know, but this person is really just living their life. They're not doing anything to you, because they're not, you know, there's no dating, there's no situation between the two of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there might be an exchange of energy and a vibe and kind of like a crush or something, but they're not involving you personally in their life to where they're playing games with you. I hope I'm making sense. So Spirit doesn't want you to completely kind of X this out. And for some of you, you don't have anybody in mind, or that anyone that you are connected to at this time, Your person is somewhere out there. They may not be ready for love, but if you're on the opposite end of this where you don't know who your person is, you don't know where they are, you might kind of be losing hope or faith a little bit because of what you're encountering, the type of partners you've encountered, or suitors or people that have tried to approach you. It's like, where is my person? Is there anybody that's for me? It's out there. I know it's not just high hope. I know it's not just high standards. It's got to be somebody out there for me. So yeah, I do feel like whoever this person is, like I said, they're kind of like in this energy of just kind of doing them, and a little bit of it is, them playing, playing player, but I don't get that it's towards you though. It's not directed towards you. Let's see. Yeah, I could see how this could be a little triggering, so I'm just, I gotta be honest. I gotta deliver the message as is. Hello. Spirit, can you give me more clarity, more guidance for pile or group 1 for those seeking an update on their future spouse, masculine energy? These cards are hard to shuffle because there's so many cards in this deck. Lilith, revolutionary, non-conformity, boundaries, do what is best for you. So there's a little bit of a heads up for you guys. Like, your love situation may not be as cookie cutter as maybe you're wanting it to be. And it's not to say that you're getting less than what you deserve, but it's kind of like Spirit saying for you to kind of loosen that that fixed energy that love has to go a certain way, and that your partner, if they're a certain way, then that must mean that they're a bad person, or if they only act this way, then that must mean that they're a good person, or whatever. It's like there's this need to be a little bit open and allow the divine to show you, you know what I mean, what's for you. So you have the orbiting card. It says the energy of someone orbiting you energetically. Discernment, protection, a cleanse may be needed. Guard your energy. Yeah, I do feel like obviously you need to be discerning with who you're dealing with, but I do get that there's a little bit of an overkill of overprotective energy that you have about yourself, to where if it looks one way, like I said, if it kind of walks a certain way, you put a label on it because, that's the most logical, most practical thing to do. But that doesn't necessarily mean that every time you're going to be accurate about a person. It's like, allow Spirit to show you what's beyond the surface. This person could have a persona about them, or they just haven't come to that place yet where they found anyone that's worth investing in, and not making excuses. If this person is like breaking hearts and playing games and being toxic, I'm not making excuses for them, but I feel like if this is a single person and they're not adding you to their drama, you know what I mean? I just feel like there's a sense of protection around you as to why you're not with your person, but that doesn't mean that just because they're in a toxic season in their life, or they're at a place that maybe, you might kind of be judging them, does not mean that they're not good for you or that they're not a good person. So it's like, we can't judge everybody's seasons that they're in, because we all have those times in our life where we probably were toxic, or we probably were immature, or doing things that we thought was authentic to us, but maybe, later on we outgrew those things. So I do feel like that's the case here. And I have to be kind of careful with this, because not everybody has a level of discernment to separate what's toxic versus what is someone that is a work in progress. And I'm not getting that Spirit is saying to involve yourself with someone that is not ready for you. So even though they may be your divine counterpart, that does not mean that, you just take on the toxicity because of that. That's not what Spirit's saying. And it's not saying to wait for someone to get it together per se. That's their responsibility. But if it's meant to be, it will come together. So this isn't to say put up with toxicness. And if you know somebody right now that's love bombing you or whatever, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying to participate in that. Like, we have to know the difference. We have to separate the energy and see it for what it is. So I don't get that this person is doing anything to you. And if you don't know this person yet, you haven't met them, you don't know what they look like, you don't know their name, whatever, they're separated from you for a reason. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at that, you guys. And I'm going to move on to those who are seeking an energy update on a feminine future spouse energy. So yeah, that will conclude the feminine seeking masculine energy updates on their future spouse. All right, so that was group 1. We still have group 2 to get to. Okay, so group one of those seeking an update on a future spouse feminine energy. Okay, so you could be a masculine or you could be a man seeking energy update on a future spouse feminine energy or woman. Okay, so your card that you chose was robotic. Okay, so I feel like for those of you that chose group 1, that's most likely identified as a masculine or a man, right? Right now, I feel like where it pertains to your love life, there's a level of boredom, like you're bored with something here in your love life. You feel like it's the same old. It's a level of routine that you're just, it's something that you feel like maybe is played out. Okay. There's also this energy of maybe like people that are kind of like the same. They all act the same. They all talk the same. Or it's just like those that you've dated or those that you feel like is what's left to date, just in your sphere. There is this feeling that, how do I explain it? It's like, this is all I have. Like, these are my options and they're all the same. They all, talk, dress the same, do their hair the same. Like, it's something that it's, how do I explain it? I'll use this as an example, but this probably isn't the best example to use. But I've heard some men say that the reason why they dated a specific type of race of women is because that was all that was in their neighborhood or in their school or whatever. And it's kind of like, I don't know if I believe that, but it maybe in some cases, maybe it is true. If you grew up in a certain type of neighborhood and you're placed like in a certain demographic, maybe, you don't really have much to go off of or relate to. So I'm not going to completely knock that, but yeah, so this person could say, that, like, the people in, my area, my demographic, I feel like this is all that I have to my, proximity to this. And it's something that's played out. So that's what I'm getting from that card alone. Okay. It's a little bit of a dryness to the energy. Okay. Yeah, because if you look at this card, and I don't want to say this because this word is a trigger word on YouTube, because as soon as I mentioned this movie title, all of a sudden all these bots, my comment section or my live chat section has never been so lit, and not in a good way, because they were like talking crazy, talking shit to me, but it's like these bots just came out of nowhere and it was like flooding my chat. It was insane. You would think that I was like, I don't fucking know, like Perez Hilton or something going live. Like, how many people was up in my shit, like talking crazy? It was weird. Like, I don't get that much activity on my YouTube channel, so that must be some type of trigger word on YouTube that they don't allow you to say it. But the movie with Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne, that movie, if you look, it has those codes in the back of this card, like those number codes, those green number codes. So something about maybe people that kind of fit into that, false reality and programming, and like, this is what we've been programmed to believe is beautiful or attractive people, or, You know, it's something very fake about it. And I feel like this person um, is kind of fed up with it, or you could be fed up with this energy. So let's get an update on this future spouse feminine energy for those of you seeking guidance. Let's say. I hope I explained that well, because I just be like trying to get it out. All right. And you could be at a place, because this card is number 20, and it makes me think of the Judgment card in the tarot, where you could be at a place where it's like a judgment call, like where you're at this point where you're like, I really need to make some changes in my life, or I need to make some changes in my dating life, or wow. Okay. The synchronicity card came out, but it tried to come out in reverse. I don't believe that you're ignoring signs and synchronicities. I feel like you see them. Maybe you just don't trust yourself. You have the text message card, communications, news, phone call, direct message. Grass is greener, jealousy, better option, unhappy, deserve better. This is how you feel. But your future spouse could be feeling the same way. Party, fear, mystery. So they could be guided. Oh, this makes sense. Okay. So whoever your future spouse is, the feminine or woman energy, I feel like they are getting signs and synchronicities as well. It could be something on their phone. So like, you know, it's common for us to look at our phone and see angel numbers, right? So they could be seeing those numbers. They could be seeing 222. They could be seeing the number 8 a lot. There's this feeling that they have that there's better for them out there, and like they deserve more than what they're getting. They may be afraid to kind of get back out there again with the party card next to fear and mystery. So getting back out there, socializing, you know, gathering, there is a little bit of an unease and a little bit of suspicion at this time that maybe this feminine future spouse has. You may not know this person. That mystery card is standing out to me. There's this unknown energy, or maybe a little bit of confusion, but someone here is having a hard time discerning, you know, because I feel like you've been, it's like you've been placed in so many spaces where people are very similar and alike. They could dress differently. They could be different races. They could be different, you know, physically look different to some degree, but the energy is still the same. And it's like, oh, I'm getting something different. So this is what I'm getting. If you're looking at the surface of people, and it kind of sounds similar to the feminines that were seeking guidance and energy update on a masculine future spouse energy, where I was picking up this judging a book by its cover, kind of what looks good on paper, that sort of thing. It's like on the surface, you could say, oh, this person's a nice person because they don't dress like that, or they don't talk like this, or they don't hang out with those type of people. Oh, I think she would be a good woman. And then when you get to know her, she's maybe just as toxic as the last. And it's because you're looking at the surface and not really paying attention to the energy. Okay. Yeah. So with the synchronicities in reverse, I would say that for some of you, you or your person really, but because the fact that that card came out in reverse, the signs of synchronicities card, you may not really be trusting your intuition. Therefore, it's hard for you to kind of get a good read on people at this time. Okay. So let's clarify with the tarot, the tarot. Hey, hey everybody. I hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's on here. Hey. Whoa. Okay, this deck right here, nudity warning. I can't show all the cards because a lot of these cards have a lot of ass and titties and vaginal space. So we just have to cover some of the cards up. But you have the 3 of Swords that flew out. And it says heartache, infidelity, loss, sorrow, rupture, separation, recovery, release, pain ending, unreciprocated love. Yeah, I feel like you guys might be healing from this. And your person, you guys are kind of mirroring each other's energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of your energy was in the feminine seeking guidance about a masculine's updated energy, because I'm getting like a similar energy from both. both sides. So the Eight of Cups is here. It says moving on, leaving, breaking up, disappointment, restlessness, feeling stuck, commitment phobia. That commitment phobia part stood out to me. So your feminine future spouse is out there somewhere really doubting love. I feel like they're kind of healing right now, or they could have recently just went through a breakup or separation, or just had some type of disappointment with love. So whatever the sentiment was, it's like something is encouraging them, the divine, the universe, or some type of divine synchronicities is encouraging this feminine to see that they deserve better, to open themselves up to better. And there is a fear of allowing someone in again because there's still deep wounds here for them. And this could resonate with you too, as a masculine energy or a male. You could have gone through some heartache as well recently, or there's like still a recovery. It could have been 3 years ago. It could be as long as 8 to 10 years ago for one of you or both of you, where you're healing these deep wounds to trust and allow someone in again. Let's see. The Two of Wands, determination, sparing partners, steady course, equal partnership, loss of interest, strain, misgivings, conflict, and dominion. So it's kind of like this fear of pursuing love or opening themselves up to love again and walking through that door, that path to love, because it's like it could go one way or it could go the other way. It's like it's always either it starts out really good, and then the opposite side, it may end in some type of heartache or tragedy. So I feel like your person is definitely a fear, like having that fear of commitment. The King of Pentacles. I want to show you this, not his balls. Like, where is his dick at? Why is there just balls? I can't show y'all this, but it looks like a devilish character in the King. I gotta cover this up. This is nasty. And I gotta cover her up because she's just completely nude. The King of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see this character, but he looks kind of devilish a little bit. He looks like the devil. So this person, this feminine energy, your future spouse, wherever they are, you don't have to know who they are, but just, I feel like this person could have kind of, maybe they had a child with someone, or they played house with someone, or played wifey, or if this feminine is a male, kind of just like played, hubby to someone, like, gave them all of the perks of what you would give your spouse, and overgave and overextended, and they gave to the person that really was toxic for them, really a bad person, a devilish, toxic individual. So the King of Pentacles, it says an omniscient organization, stability, good business person, fraud, greed, embezzlement, short-sightedness. Yeah, someone that could have been maybe financially stable, looked good on paper, but this person was actually very evil, kind of not who they appear to be. This is like a sleazy energy. This is very specific because there's a lot of kids in these cards. So someone, your future spouse, like your feminine energy, could already have kids already, or a child. What I'm getting is that some of these partners that they had were so foul that if they had kids, they would bring other men or women around these kids, like cheat on their partners while their kids were present, or, like that's how foul these people were. So I could see why this person would be scarred and like have it really bad when it comes to opening up to love. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's see. What other energy update can we get on this feminine's future spouse feminine energy for group 1? Okay. There's like a quote or a poem. It says, "I've loved you since, but the new paints gets scratched. There you are underneath. A spilled cup, feeling stuck in the past. Regrets and doubts. Learn how to leave things where they are." This is their energy. I can't make this shit up, y'all. Can y'all see that? Because the font is kind of like bright pink. But yeah. This person is still stuck in what had happened to them in the past and is living maybe with some regrets. But Spirit is encouraging this person to learn how to leave things where they are, see the wisdom in them, and don't carry it in their future. Yeah, it's scary to trust again, but they're going to have to. And this could also apply to you if this resonates with you. Okay, so the next card is the distractions. It says, things put in our path to knock us off course. Alternatively, choosing to indulge in things to put off dealing with real issues. So you and your future spouse may be prone to connections that are, you know, with people that are emotionally unavailable, because there's a part of you that feels safe and comfortable in connections that, you know, do not require you to really show up fully, wholeheartedly, and authentically. It's like kind of playing the game. So where I was picking up, let's say, for instance, with the whole, you know, the same old with partners, that they all kind of have a similar energy, but we're looking at the surface of things. Those are distractions to keep us from really going into depth with ourselves. Or where this future spouse, where if they had a partner that I said, you know, the toxic partner that they played wifey or hubby to and gave of themselves, it's like they gave from a place of codependency or in hopes of, if I perform, this person will give me back what I desire, which is a form of manipulation, whether we realize it or not. And I had this discussion with one of my sisters, like, yeah, we could do things. I'm going to be the best woman. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cook and clean. I'll do everything that I think that this man wants, or even says or told me he wanted, so that I can get that love that I feel like I deserve. It's not a genuine form of love and exchange, because you're performing. You're not being authentic, and you're trying to conform and be something someone wants you to be. Therefore, it's already a conditional situation. It's not a pure, authentic love exchange, because you're having to perform for love, and this person is holding you to a specific standard. So therefore, they're telling you that I'm not satisfied with who you are, and as you are, I want you to be something else. And as we know, if you're dating someone or you've been in a relationship with someone that has narcissistic tendencies or has that personality, they're never satisfied. Nothing you do, not even what they say that they want you to be. You could perform and be that all day, but they will never be satisfied. So that is something maybe to keep in mind for yourself, and, you know, to know that your person, that's kind of an energy that I feel like they're working through. So that was group 1 for the feminine and masculine energy update. So we're going to move on to group 2 now. If you guys would like a future spouse read, you guys can check out my website. I'll leave the link in the description too, by the way, if you're interested. Get a little bit more personal. Okay. All right. So group 1 or group 2. Group 2, for those of you seeking guidance about a masculine future spouse, like an energy update around a masculine energy or male, this is your reading. And you guys chose the synchronicity card with the feather, and it's number 44. So angelic energy present. I feel like your angels, your ancestors who lovingly guide you, your divine beings, your divine team, these beings, I feel like work overtime on you, for you, like overtime for you to be encouraged, for you to get the guidance and downloads. So maybe literally one of the ways that you know your ancestors or your angels, and maybe a specific guide or angel or ancestor is around you, is that they drop feathers in your path. And it's like, you know, when you see them, it's like, I know that was them. Like there's nothing else that this could be. Maybe it's like a specific type of feather. But you get a lot of synchronicities about your future spouse, whether you know of them yet or you don't. You do get a lot of messages about them, to the point where I feel like spirit bombards you with things like weird shit. Like, have you ever had, like, I say, like, you can tell when God or spirit, your divine team, is going out of their way for you, because certain synchronicities or something, like some things are just like divine. You can't explain how it even came to you, how it happened. It just, there's no freaking way. You know what I mean? Like weird shit. So let's see. Let's get an energy update on future spouse that are masculine, singles, alone, isolated, lonely, guarded. Let's see. Whoa. Reconciliation. Home. Family. snake. What the heck? Anxiety. Oh my God. Heartbreak. Unfinished business. This is interesting. So your person, this is not everybody's message, but I do feel led to call this out. For some of you, your future spouse could be married or I don't want anybody to take this any kind of way because I'm not judging people. I'm not necessarily condoning nor condemning this situation. It is what it is. Like, you know, I don't know people's journeys, stories, you know. We could judge and be like, oh, you shouldn't. But I don't get that you're like a homewrecker. I don't see you involving yourself in somebody else's situation or inserting yourself. I feel like there was someone that you were in love with or someone you dated, or you may have been in a relationship with this person. Dang, this sounds like one of my people's situation. I might have to send this to them. Like, this sounds like they I'm not even trying to call it out, but it is what it is. Like, oh goodness. You could have been with someone that when you guys broke things up, they went off and had a family, or they got married, and it left you really heartbroken. And you may be looking at this person as very deceptive. With the snake card, someone that you can't trust. I feel like this masculine did go off and like start a family, and if they didn't get married, then they just had a baby with someone like right after. Like, there's some type of feeling of heartbreak here, like you betrayed me. Oof, I'm sorry. I send y'all love because that's heavy. It kind of, I'm hearing that song by Etta James, where she was talking about how she watched her love walk down the aisle with somebody else. It's kind of like that. And this is someone that you had a lot of history with. This isn't somebody you had a crush on or some shit like that. No, you were romantically involved with this person. So I want to be careful with how I say this because I don't want to imply that this is your future spouse, and it might sound like it. I'm not saying that it is or it isn't. I'm just reading the energy. Because it could go one or two ways. That maybe this person and you are meant to be together and come back. Mind you, this situation is giving you a lot of anxiety too. Like, it's causing you a lot of stress, and I feel like it's in the heart chakra. So a lot of heart pain, and I feel it right now as I'm saying it. There's a lot of heaviness in the heart. So like, you could feel it, like literally feel it in your chest at times, or this is not something that you have peace. It could give you panic attacks, like sleepless nights. I do get that there's a potential for you guys to reconcile. And when I say that, it doesn't have to necessarily be like get back together. If this is not your future spouse, and obviously that's not what's going to happen. It could just be a reconciliation of you guys talking and hashing things out, clearing the air, bumping into each other, or something along the lines of that. If this is someone that you are meant to have this come back together situation with, I do feel it wouldn't be under the circumstance of them still dealing with someone. I feel like there would have to be a separation here. I'm not getting, because a part of me almost doesn't want you to think that this is your future spouse. This energy is coming up for a reason though. And for some of you, it could be, like I said, but I'm kind of getting the vibe that you have to let this go in order to allow the person that is for you in. And I know this is probably gonna be heavy for some people to hear, but if this is a situation that you're in where this person has moved on, started a family and all of that, or gotten married with someone that had kids or a child or something, like, this is something that is heavily affecting you emotionally. So I'm going to clarify this with tarot just to see. And for some of you, if you don't have anybody in mind and you know that this is your reading for a fact, like maybe this part doesn't resonate as far as like something you've been through, it could very well be that your person is married right now with somebody, or has a family, like a home with someone and kids. If they're not married right now, I don't know, that's weird. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not judging. Like I said, I got to step out of it, get out of my own head, my own way, and just read the energy as it's coming to me. Cuz there's a little bit of me wanting to kind of judge it a little bit and be like, "No, you shouldn't be talking about this. This ain't right. This ain't, you know what I mean?" I'm not condoning homewrecker energy. I'm just not. I'm not doing that. Not at all. But this doesn't give me that vibe. It kind of looks like a person that's on the outside looking in on someone from their past that has seemingly moved on. But there's something about this. I'm trying to get to the root of it. The Knight of Pentacles, dependability, practicality, trustworthiness, convention, perseverance, idleness, apathy, boredom, stubbornness. The Devil. There's a little bit of cheeks in the back. Got to cover the cheeks up. Temptation, addiction, codependency, abuse, overcoming temptation, freedom, facing your fear, finding balance. The Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, generosity, fidelity, sensuality, resourcefulness, wealth, entitlement, greed, irresponsibility. Those are the shadow aspects. And in reverse, the Six of Wands is in reverse. Triumph, success, arrogance, subjugation, conquest, achievement, reward, victory, pride, defeat, and submission. The Lovers, choice, friendship, love relationships, true love, conflict, relationship ending, indecision, poor choices. This person could have chose this other person for all the wrong reasons. There's a mutual, hey baby Pico, hey Ashley. Aw, love you too, sis. Thank you. I get that these two, like when I do readings, I'm laughing because when I do readings and I see like a queen with like a knight or a page, I'm like, like sis, like this person ain't on your level, okay? Vibrationally, this person's just not, like you guys might vibe, you might have a resonance because the pentacles, you guys have that in common, or this person and whoever they're with right now, they had something in common, but it seems superficial. Like it's all about like beauty. It's all about maybe social status or age or race. It's something superficial. Like you're not going to be able to dictate that love is real based off of something as superficial as, oh, because, we are both, I don't know. I'm just going to say models. I don't know. We're both models or we both grew up in the same, like that's not something to be like, this is meant to be, because it's something real superficial, and it could be a bond that anybody could have. So like, okay, well, so-and-so could be a model too. Does that mean y'all like, you guys are meant to be together, or you grew up in the same neighborhood, or you're the same race, that necessarily equates to this is meant to be? So there's something about, I heard fraternity, interesting, college energy. So this could be someone that you knew from college for some. And for others of you, like whoever your future spouse is with, like whether you know of them yet or not, whoever this person is, aw, a rainbow Care Bear. That's so cute. I want one. This person and the whoever they're with right now, whoever they had a child with or they got married with, it was a superficial bond and connection. It was a poor choice, I feel. There's really no victory in this with the Six of Wands in reverse, but I also felt guided to say that Spirit is wanting you to also check yourself. Like, and I don't feel that this is an ego thing for you where it's like you're bitter because you didn't get chose. It's a heart, naturally, yeah, the ego might be bruised, but I feel like your heart is a little bit more broken than anything due to something real. And Spirit is wanting you to really see, is this something that you believe will end up in triumphant success? Because some of you guys, this could be your future spouse's situation. And for some of you, this is like a person that you need to let go of with this type of situation so that your person can come in. So I kind of want to say just intuitively what I'm getting, and I could clarify it. But intuitively what I'm getting is that if this is someone that you have never been with in this type of situation, this isn't a familiar person or situation that you've been through, you don't know who your future spouse is, or you haven't been with them romantically, then I would say most likely this is your person, because you didn't go through the heartache and the pain. Now, for some of you that have gone through this, it's like you have to cycle this energy out so that your person can come in. Can you sacrifice? Can your ego, thank you, Spirit, it's making sense now. The reason why Spirit said to check with your ego, I'm getting it now. The reason for that is your ego. Is it your ego telling you that this is the person? And can you sacrifice the fact that maybe it's not? Because maybe a part of you believed at some point that you guys were meant to be and you were going to end up together. So it's kind of like some salt got thrown in the game and somebody came in and it broke you. So now it's kind of like, I thought that this was it. I feel betrayed. I feel lied to. So is it the ego that's causing you to still stay in this, or can you check it and confirm or discern whether it's just not, that it's okay, I was wrong, maybe I misread things, that the universe did not mislead me, or it wasn't a synchronicity that came from the divine. Maybe it was something deeper. Maybe I misread what Spirit was saying or misinterpreted something. Like, can you check yourself enough to say that maybe I was wrong and not look at yourself and be negative? Hey, Rosie. Yes, we came through with the late night stream. So let me clarify. Is there anyone here? And I don't even feel comfortable really fully like doing that, because this is a general reading and I can't be responsible to tell someone that they're going to end up with someone or they're not. Like, you know, just wise lesson learned. That is not a good idea. I just want to ask Spirit, if anyone here that has, you know, is resonating with this, where they are heartbroken and they are facing some feelings of betrayal and resentment towards a person that they were with that has moved on and got married, or something came out of left field, had a child. Is this someone, is this potentially a future spouse? Is this potentially the future spouse? Or is this a sign that this is something that is blocking the future spouse from coming in? Spirit, can you please give me discernment for those who need it anyway? The Four of Swords. Rest, relaxation, illness, recovery, bad rest, relief, solitude, meditation, healing, revitalization, and holiday. Yeah, I do get that for some of you, you are going to have to take this up with Spirit and bear it all. Be vulnerable with Spirit. Drop the ego. Don't be afraid to be right or to be wrong. Like, bear it all with Spirit so that that can be revealed to you. It's not my responsibility to reveal that. I wouldn't even feel right with that. For others of you, is this where your future spouse is? For those of you that don't know or never been with your future spouse, is this what's going on with them right now? This energy that I'm picking up on. Two cards came out, the Moon and the Ten of Wands. So for some of you, yes, oppression, a need to delegate, being under pressure, or burnout, overworked, all work and no play. So yeah, your person could be in a relationship. With the Moon card, illusion, delusion, fantasy, secrets, fear, betrayal, secrets revealed. What is that? I can't see. Awareness, addiction, and confusion. So yeah, for some of you, like, you've never been with this person or you don't know who they are yet, your future spouse, this very well could be a situation they're in. They're in the wrong relationship right now. And there could be kids involved or a kid involved. All right, heavy energy. Yes, I know, but I have to honor what Spirit is telling me. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards from this deck as well to get a little more clarity. So there's a quote here. It says, when we die, we come back different, like with greener eyes or some far off star. Transformation and growth, shedding layers, self-development. So this situation, for those of you that have been through a heartbreak with someone that has moved on, got married, had children, or you feel like this person, it something came out of left field. There's just some type of feeling of betrayal here. Heavy grief in the heart space. Your heart, you gotta release, whether this is your person or not. Regardless of that, what still stands And what you're being encouraged to do is really to let this deep pain and sorrow go the best that you can, because the more you hold on to it, it is affecting your health. And I'm getting something with the heart chakra. Because, and even if this is your person or it isn't, there's something about a development of self. Like this was meant to sharpen you, strengthen you in some kind of way, not break you, but you have to figure out in what way does that mean to you? How is this significant to you in your journey? Spirit, please give me more guidance and clarity. I was not expecting this to be a little heavy one, this one here. Yeah, see, your person got caught up in siren, lusty energy. Okay, it says uninvited demons. Your feelings are valid, but they aren't always true. Honor how you feel, but try to sort feelings and insecurities from your intuition. So that could go for you as far as that message goes. It's a message for you to honor how you feel, yes, but also know that sometimes what we think and what we feel is not always true or accurate. We have to sort through our emotions, sort through if it's our insecurities, if our fears, or is it intuition? And I feel like that is what your assignment is. And there's a lot of purple and pinkish energy. These cards have the same type of color scheme. It's like the purple and the pink energy. So that could be specific to self-love as well. Utilizing self-love through self-discernment, trusting yourself, being honest and real with yourself, even if it's painful. But your person, the person that is hurting you, has hurt your heart, or who your future spouse is, they got caught up in a lust type of situation. Ultimately, that's what they got caught up in. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move on to group number 2's masculine energy seeking energy update on future spouse feminine energy. So that was group 2 for the feminine side, seeking about masculine energy update on their future spouse. Okay, get with me if you like a future spouse read. I have that reading available. I'll link it in the description, or you can check out my website. So let's get an energy update here for the masculine seeking divine feminine energy. Okay. All right. So masculine energies out there seeking divine energy update on their future spouse. This is the triggered card. You chose this card maybe for a reason. Okay. Number 16 reminds me of the Tower card in the tarot. So, hey, let's get it. Okay. So this situation, the topic around love and relationships, could be very triggering for you. Or if you are aware of who your future spouse is, this person could trigger you. Okay. Yeah. Could be a good way, like triggered in the sense of like opening you up, awakening you, kind of bringing this excitement into your life. It could be a whole world of discovery, you know. And then on the flip side, and or it could be triggers that hit some wounds for you that aren't always easy to touch. Okay, so yeah, I do feel that. But for majority of you, I do get that if you don't know who your person is, there's a topic around love that is very triggering, and maybe marriage. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. This is what I'm getting intuitively. Maybe the cards will go into depth a little bit more, but what I'm getting is like, you know, sometimes like people could desire to get married and stuff like that. But looking at this dating culture, especially for people like in my age group and maybe older, I'm sure some older women and men, you know, have their struggles. Like those that really desire real love anyway could have, you know, some bad experiences and kind of are close to losing faith, or just like, is there any decent people? Is there, you know, because there's a lot of, you know, people just wounded running around here, just getting in relationships, or situationships is the move, and we're calling situationships the modern relationship. So it's like really bad. But yeah, because it reminds me, there's a coworker of mine that was telling me like how they're afraid to get married, and they wanted to know from an elder too. Like they asked an elder like what they thought about relationships versus now, like back then versus now. If they were ever married, Do they see a difference in love and relationships back then versus now? And I was saying, like, yeah, I can understand why you would be afraid to get married, because nowadays it's hard for people to connect authentically in a way where people will be vulnerable and open, where it's like people would more so opt to be in trauma bonds and things like that. So I get it. I feel like this person has those similar sentiments when it comes to getting married. Like, there's a deep fear based off of maybe culture or age, demographic, like whatever, right? I feel like this person has fears, and maybe you do too. I feel like that definitely could be. I'm not going to use the tarot cards yet. I'm going to use these. That definitely could be the energy surrounding your person, and or you could feel this way too. Maybe that's why you chose this card. I don't know. Or there's a reason for everything. But yeah, it's like a surprise. You don't know what you're going to get. And granted, with love or just life in general, you don't always know what you're going to get. Hardly do we ever know. But it's kind of like you get one person, like one person shows you, or they're one way, and then the next they flip and there's something else, and it's like, who the fuck are you? Like, so there's something about fear around love and having triggers around maybe marriage. So Spirit, can you please tell me, for the masculine collective seeking divine guidance about their future spouse, feminine energy, give me an update. New love. Okay. This is a new energy. This is not someone you've been with before. Grass is greener, divine intervention. Home, the same cards come out. Fated meeting. I'm not going to pull any more cards, but you got intuition. So some of you guys could have got a reading about your future spouse already. It says gut feeling, a psychic, premonition, sixth sense, or you are that psychic. You are that clairvoyance. You do have the sixth sense. You see dead people. No, I'm just playing. Maybe you do. I don't know. But anyway, so your future spouse, I feel like this feminine energy here is going to be someone new. Someone that you've never been with. I feel like you guys will have like a really cute relationship. You guys will be the best of friends, I feel. It could be like you're moving on from an old phase in your love life into a new energy. You know, this is a newness. I'm hearing the word crisp. Like it's something fresh, and with the grass is greener. It's like you could have been really hurt in the past, and this person could have been really hurt in the past. I am getting like your person has a little bit of a jealous streak, or, you know, kind of possessive, like that's my man or that's my babe, whatever. There's a little bit of a jealousy, competitive nature as well. But this is a grass that's green because you are going to decide to water it. You know how they say the grass is greener wherever you water it. But I feel like the Six of Cups energy from the new love card, because they're laughing, they're young, they're enjoying each other. So regardless of your age, it's like you guys are going to bring out like this childlike energy with each other, like home, like you guys goof off, you play, you do things together, you enjoy being in each other's company, whether you're doing things or you're not doing things, you're just, you know, just being, you enjoy each other's company. Your person could be moving on from the past and moving on to something better in life, or opening themselves up for something better. This divine intervention card gives me Tower card vibes. It says serendipity, catalyst, supernatural, and karma. So yeah, it's giving Tower energy, where this person and you, I feel like, are going to be a catalyst for deep growth and deep change. So you guys could trigger each other in both positive ways, like trigger each other to, or like provoke inspiration within each other, and to grow and to be better people and all of that. But there's also this side of like triggering parts of the self that also need attention and healing. The home card, you guys are going to feel safe and content and comfortable with each other. So some of you guys already know all of this. Like, you don't need me to tell you where the energy update is. From what I can see so far, it's like your person is making themselves available. Maybe they had a moment with spirit, something happened that triggered them into this to say, you know what, I deserve better. Whether it was a breakup, whether it was a situation that, you know, they experienced something, or they witnessed someone else go through something. They're like, you know, I'm not going through that, or I'm never going to go through this again. And there's a wake-up call to open themselves up to something better. Okay, so I do see growth as well. This is going to be a fated meeting, okay, or it's going to be like things set up, meant to be, it's destined. It's going to be a divine encounter, okay. I want to see, what are the cards? There's like tarot cards on this card. This looks like the Thoth deck, kind of. Let me see. I cannot. This looks like the Three of Swords, the High Priestess. What is that? Justice in reverse. Now I'm trying to read these cards within a card. So your person could even have gotten a reading too. Like, if this person, I would guarantee you, like, if they're feminine or they're a woman and they're into spirituality, best believe they didn't ask, but who's my future spouse? Like, what do I need? I bet you, like, or they be watching pick of cards, you know, okay? So they could have gotten a reading, and spirit could have exposed and revealed a lot to them through this reading, whether they pulled for themselves, or they gotten a reading, or they came across a reading. Yeah, I feel like that's just a nudge to let you know your person is spiritual too. So let's see. Let's get a little more deeper context. What is this feminine future spouse energy up to? What's going on with them? What do you need to know? Ace of Wands. The Knight of Cups. This is something with a baby. There's babies hanging around. The Hierophant. The Queen of Wands. The Fool. Okay. So the Ace of Wands, it says optimism, inspiration, a new adventure, impotence, pessimism, or powerlessness. So I'm getting more so the positive energy, where this feminine, maybe they have a child, and that's one of the triggers that's like, no, I need to do better. I need to open myself up to more to receive some type of new energy or spark of hope or inspiration. Definitely with the Fool card being here too as well. It says innocence, new beginning, blind faith, a childlike sense of wonder. So yeah, like maybe the energy, just a cheat code, the energy that's going to bring you closer to your future spouse is being in that childlike essence, like being lighthearted, being playful, being present, trusting the universe, believing. Like that childlike faith is powerful. And I feel like that's what's going to gravitate the two of you together, because you both kind of have this innocence about you. When I say innocence, they don't mean you ain't never smoked no weed, you ain't never been into some freaky shit, or you're not into freaky shit. Like, I'm just saying, like, you have a pure energy. Your person has a pure energy. You guys like to, like, goof off at times. You're funny. You know, you like to do things that are very free. So you might be someone that's receptible to her. Like, if at times you feel like that is your downfall, or that is a flaw about you, and maybe your person feels that's a flaw about them, but that's actually the beauty of you. And it just wasn't meant, it wasn't meant for them to experience that type of exchange with people, because that wasn't their person and that wasn't your person, you know? So the Knight of Cups, oops, the Fool card trying to fall off the table. I didn't show y'all the Fool card, did I? Because her titties are out. I hope I didn't. The Knight of Cups, it says passion, new love, poetry, artistic person, seduction, devotion, flattery, deception, and con man. So they may be a little afraid. Like, they're very romantic. Hey. Hey, sis. They might be a little fearful of people that are very flattering and charming. I feel like they're into like romantic things. They could be someone that's a creative, an artistic person. So they do kind of like that poetry type. I was about to say flowetry, like the group flowetry. Maybe they like poetry. I don't know, but they're into romantic expressions of love. But there's also this fear, like that has gotten me in trouble. You know what? It's like this saying, like not really a saying, but like this thing of like where people say when you date a musician, like just be prepared to be played or to get cheated on or whatever, because people love musicians, people that are into art and music. It's easy to like fall in love with that type, or they're people that tend to be prone to fall in love or be in love with the idea of love, but they're not the most faithful people. You know, it's like maybe this person is into creatives or people that are like, you know, those real poetry, real, how do I explain it? Hey sis, hey Brianna, hey Namiko. Real like flowetry vibes, but there's something about that biting them in the ass later, like those types. So I don't know if that's a little trigger for them. The Hierophant card is here. Tradition, legacy, religion, education, convention, anti-ism, blind devotion, servitude, society, weight gain. Not weight gain. Now, how in the hell did somebody interpret the Hierophant as weight gain? I ain't never heard no shit like that before. I've never heard of it. But that's an interesting take. Okay. I was almost hoping I read that wrong, but I didn't read it wrong. It literally says weight gain. It should say money gain. Like, can we gain some money? Like the Hierophant, I could see more of that. Like, you know what I mean? Anywho. So the Hierophant card, I feel this person has like a traditional view on love and relationships. As far as like maybe ceremony wise and maybe, I don't know, church settings or something, or it could be due to culture. So like, let's say Hinduism. So something with culture maybe is tradition. So another thing could also very well be kind of like traditional male and female roles a little bit. Or this person just views love and relationships in that or marriage as something sacred. It is a holy matrimony. Like it really means what the word means to them. Like they don't just say holy matrimony, like they really mean that. Like they really believe and feel that about marriage. So that's what I'm getting. The Queen of Wands energy. So they could have a little bit of a little fiery essence to them. And I can't show because her ass is out. Like her whole bare ass like is out. Like she looks like a selfie. Like an ass, you know, a little selfie. People showing that, you know. Anyway, Queen of Wands, it says charisma, enterprise, confidence, success, independence, jealousy, diva, not diva, demanding and irritability. So your person, I'm telling you, like a little bit of spicy energy that I was getting, like a little jealousy, a little competitive energy about you, but I don't get like a toxic manner. I like this person's energy. I like this type of feminine energy, you know, as long as it's not the Queen of Wands in reverse, because that is a whole problem in reverse. Okay. All right, so let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. This card almost hesitated coming out. Oh yeah, opposites attract for sure. I see that. You might not be as like, it could be like both parties have a level of introverted behavior, but one of you is a bit more spunky is a word I'm hearing. I don't use that word often. So standing your ground with Medusa, knowing your worth, unwavering, empowered, and very much that bitch. Your person's confidence is like through the roof, but in a sense of I know who I am, I know what I deserve, I know what I want. It's not based off of like, oh, I'm just because I'm fine, I got a beautiful face or a nice body. And it's not based off of those things, because those are fleeting things. Like, yeah, that could be a part of your confidence, but if that's the basis of your confidence, it gets shattered every time. Because this Hierophant card threw me off when it said weight gain. So some people don't want to gain weight, you know. So if your confidence is based off of how you look solely, then you're going to have a hard time loving yourself or your person. But your person's energy, like I said, there's a turning a new leaf, there's a growth, there's a epiphany of deserving. I know what I deserve. I know that I want more. So your person's energy right now is they're standing their ground. They're not wavering in what they want. They have their eye on the prize. They know what their worth is. They're not wavering. They're not forfeiting that for anything or everyone. They're empowered by this energy of having standards, morals, and values. And maybe in the past they didn't have that about themselves. This was a growth thing. And they could be intimidating. People might be scared as shit of this person because they know that they got to come with something. And I'm not talking just money. If that, it's like you have to come correct. You got to be respectful. You got to be honest. You got to be like all these things, you know, that are, mind you, healthy things to want out of a partner or a person. You don't want someone that's just going to come in and waste your time. Your person doesn't want nobody that's going to come in and waste their time and, you know, come in and be a player and cheat and, you know, all of that, or talk down to them, beat them down. I feel I have a good feeling. Your future spouse sounds like she could be my sister. Like we could be twins. Like we could be twitches. We could be sister. We could be the Olsen twins. Like I get it. I feel like your person has been through a lot of shit, and that's what's empowered them to desire more for themselves, to give back to themselves. So they're not going to fall for the same tricks anymore that they once did, because some things we receive, we take on, or we kind of just accept because that's where we feel like we deserve it. So the more you love yourself, the more things that were once just something that you would just take or you would accept or kind of settle for, you'll be turned off by it. And I feel like this person scares the shit out of people. Like, meaning, like when they see them, it's like, oh, I can't talk to you. I'll look, but I know I can't touch, and I'm not going to say shit to you. Because if I do, I know I'll look like a fool. I'll play myself. I don't want to sound stupid. I don't want to sound dumb. I can't come to you with that, hey, mom, what's your name? What's your sign? I can't do that with you. No. Not this person. Not the Medusa energy, no. Nope. And this feminine energy might have like an intense gaze or something too. Nope. So the next card, people get built different. We don't need to figure it out. We just need to respect it. Accepting others as individuals, respecting the difference in others that come from their own experiences in life. So you guys will be different to some degree. Like you guys have a similar vibe, you know, maybe similar love languages, but there's something about you guys being different too, and it works because you guys accept each other, and that's what's beautiful. This is the thing, and it's an epiphany that just came to me. Why I believe that oftentimes divine counterparts do not look necessarily like good on paper with each other, or they might be two people that are extremely like oddball kind of energy, or just don't fit the social norms, or one person will kind of be different in some kind of way. They might have different backgrounds or something like that. Like people think oftentimes when you marry somebody that's so similar to you that you'll be successful, but no, not really. From my observation of what I've seen, couples that have different types of stories, come from different backgrounds, or just kind of like their own different types of personalities. Like you've seen it. You've seen couples where one person, I'm going to use the introvert and extrovert thing because it's like, you know, it's something we can probably relate to, where you'll see couples where there's an introverted person and there's one that's more extroverted than the other, maybe, right? More colorful, more animated, where one may be more laid back. There's a balance to that. So I believe that you can kind of tell when people truly love each other when you look at them and it's like, physically they're different, or they look kind of different, or this person, you know, they could come from this background, they could come from that background, but I could tell that the love is real because of their connection. They connect. And it's like, it's easy to just get with somebody that makes sense or looks good on paper. It's easy to relate to that. But at the end of the day, it's like there's really nothing, there's nothing of depth to really build upon or dig beyond the surface and work through. There's no challenge to the energy. There's no potential growth and kind of like bumping heads to understand and get to know, or to seek to understand each other. If it's just, it just makes sense and it's, oh, it's just common, or, you know what I'm like, there's nothing to it. So yeah, I can see why this could be a divine connection for sure, because you guys are opposites, but you have a similar vibe, similar energy. It's a soul thing. It's not about the physical. And you're different as well. You're different types of people. So it also helps to build the bond and the connection, to bond and get to know someone that doesn't really fit your everyday world sometimes, but you guys connect, you vibe. You get what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. I hope it makes sense, because it's, some people don't marry for love, so this will not apply to everybody. But if you're someone that believes in real, authentic, true love and the experience of having that in this lifetime, like, I don't believe that people just get with, because that's, I feel like that's where the divorce comes in at. That's where the divorce rates come in, because you're just looking at things from a surface level standpoint, or the pressure of being married and you jump into something too soon, or just the lust factor, or just looks good on paper, or I don't want to be alone, and that shit don't work. A lot of people will be drawn to different types of things, and not just romantic or sexual attraction, but just different types of things, because that's why I love about like Sagittarius energy, that Jupiter energy is deep multicultural energy, travel, expansive energy, learner energy. That's kind of what I'm getting with this. Like, this is something that's not to be put in a box. And that's what makes it, I feel like I connect with this group so much. I like this pile. And I wouldn't have chose, if I was to do, like, if I was to watch this video just as a viewer, not as me as a reader, but like step back, I probably would have never in a million years chose that trigger card. And part of the other reason why I wouldn't have chosen it, because I'm not a masculine, I'm not a man, so I wouldn't have chose the trigger card. That wouldn't have been what I chose. But I resonate with this. I vibe with this energy. Like, I could vibe with y'all. Those of you that chose this, like, I get y'all. You and your person. So that's the reading. That is the reading. I like this one, because the other one's kind of, one of the other ones I really just didn't feel comfortable reading that, but I had to. It was what it was. But I had to do it. I had to do it. I could just be like, oh, that's the reading, and just leave it. I had to read through that shit, and I really didn't want to. But yeah, the truth. I had to do it. I had to do it. But yeah, I like this pile. It's cute. Yeah, if you guys like this video, like it, share it with someone you feel like it may resonate with. Future spouse readings are available on my website. I go into different aspects and all of that, and you know, all that cute stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna take my ass on the bed. I'm gonna enjoy my nights. This is my last day off, and then I gotta go to work in the afternoon to the morning to the AM. I gotta work my 12s. I gotta get it off. Gotta get it out of the way. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. As always, it was my pleasure. So yeah, like this video, show me some love, because YouTube be tripping. Like, YouTube don't like my ass, or maybe just don't like some content creators, because they don't want to pay us. They don't want to pay everybody, and that, I get it, I guess, whatever. They didn't put me not in the low algorithm. They put me in the toilet of the algorithm. Like, I'm not even just I'm in the abyss of the abyss of all abyss. I don't know. I'm just somewhere deep down, somewhere in the dirt. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, if you guys can show some love to my channel, that would be greatly appreciated, you know. Greatly appreciated. If it helps any, I'm not sure if it'll help any at all. I just appreciate the genuine love. That's it. It don't gotta be to help the algorithm because it's shit anyway. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I will, because I was, like I said in the beginning of this live, I was debating between doing this reading versus doing a love vibes for all 12 zodiacs. But I knew that if I did that, I would probably be at Leo right now. What's the timestamp? Where we at? 90 minutes in. I probably would be halfway through the zodiac wheel right now, not even done. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that to myself tonight. I'll do this read and I'll just save the love vibes for all signs on my day off. I still have other readings that I want to put out, like the Aaliyah one and the Selena one. I want to do that. I have another 18 plus one that I'm going to put on my Patreon. I still want to do that. So yeah, we'll get to those reads. So let's enjoy what we got out already so far. And check out the other piles if you haven't. You know, you can check them out and see if something stands out to you in those. But they're pretty distinctively different. You know, they weren't all the same type of reading. There was a lot of different aspects. There might have been some similarities, but not fully. But yeah. All right, y'all. We're going to call it a night. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all you guys showing love. Those who show love from afar, you don't have to say nothing, but as long as you send in good vibes and good energy and love and you watch for love, I appreciate you. Thank you too. Peace. Much love.